Hello everybody, let's make a 3D model. This is gonna be a Dragon Ball Z radar with Blender and Substance Painter. So let's go. I will try to use this image reference from internet, so I will start. I will delete the default cube. Let's open Shift A, Mesh, Cylinder. I go to here to the panel options, add cylinder vertices. I will increase to 64 and will coming down the depth until 0.26. I will apply that, making a click on the mesh. Right click on the mesh, select shade out smooth to smooth the shades. So let's gonna take the modifiers, add modifier, generate, and we'll choose bevel. So the bevel amount we're gonna increase in 3. The amount I will decrease maybe in 6.505. I will change the angle smooth. Okay, I will reduce the amount. Oh, there you go. I will select the mesh. We'll take edit mode. We'll select face mode. Gonna select this edge on the top. We'll take the I key, then drag to the left and set left click to accept and release that. I'm gonna take the move tool. I will get into up just a little, and then we'll select and press E button on the keyboard and extrude down. Okay, we're gonna return to the object mode to see how it looks. Okay, I will return to the edit mode, and now we'll scale this face selected just a little. I will move just a little to the up. Okay, so let's go to this object. We'll press Shift A and select cylinder. Again, I will reduce the vertices to 24. Reduce the radius to 0.1 and the depth to 0.06. And with the cylinder selected, it's inside, I will press R, X, and 90 to rotate that object in X position, and then press enter to apply that. I'm gonna take the move tool, move on the Y axis, press S and Z to constrain. Press S and Y to constrain the scale on the Y axis. Okay, I will rotate to see the thickness. Okay, press right, shade out the smooth, I will apply in the modifier generate bevel segments. I will increase to 3 and amount I will reduce to 0.011 and the angle I will increase just a little. There you go. I will scale just a little more S and move it. Okay, in this part I will press Shift and V to duplicate. I will constrain the movement on the Y axis. Press Y and just move on the Y axis, then press left click on the mouse, then I will press S to scale and just scale a little and press left button on the mouse. I will duplicate this and scale it, press S, Y, maybe I will scale just a little. I will take this mesh, press S, C, and move the mouse on the right to scale this mesh on the C axis only. So I need more thickness to increase this shape. I will select it, press S. There you go. I will make some details here. So I will come to edit mode, press 2 to change to the edge mode with Alt selected and then press Shift. With Alt selected and then press left click on the mouse. I will press Ctrl B to make a bevel. I can move the mouse wheel to up to increase this loop cuts. I will press left click to apply, and there you go. I will scale down just a little. I have to move these meshes to down with this selection selected. If you lose your selection, you can select this face mode, select this face and press Ctrl plus on the numpad many times to make a progressive selection, and with that selection select move tool and move down this part. Come back to edit mode. Okay, I will do some details here. I will take edit mode. I will press Ctrl R to make a loop cut. Press the middle mouse, scrolling the middle mouse to make 2 loops cut. Then you can move it or just press left click to apply this. Press SZ to scale in Z axis, maybe this. I will select face mode with pressing Alt, then press left click on your mouse, and you can make a loop selection. So I will press Alt and E on the keyboard, and then I will take extrude face along normals. When I do that, I can extrude on the allow the normals, so I can make the extrude inside and then press apply, and it looks like a little bigger. I will press Ctrl plus to select this ring loop, and then press S and Z to scale a little more. Okay, I will come back to edit mode, and there you go. Cool. I will select this mesh, and then I will come back to edit mode, select face mode. I will take this face and I will separate it. So for separate this face from this mesh, I will press I will duplicate first. I will press Shift D to duplicate this face selected. I will press right on the mouse to cancel the movement. So then I will press the P on the keyboard, separate selection. I will select the selection, and they come back to object mode and select the face that I duplicated and separated. I'm moving this right now, but I come back to the original position, pressing right click on the mouse. So with the selection duplicated, I will delete the bevel because I don't need it right now. So I will make this glass on the radar. So to make that, I need to make a little blob or something kind of circular. So to make that, I will I go to the outliner. I will select this mesh. I will change the name, pressing double click. Then I will put a name glass. So I will return to edit mode. Then I will select the mesh. I will press I and move inside. Then I will press Ctrl R and move the mouse wheel 4 and 5 times and press left click to release this lap cut. Okay, I will select with the face mode this mesh on the middle, and then I will turn off the proportional and editing. So I will take the sphere option, and then I will press and continuous pressing. I don't leave my index finger. So I will holding pressing left. You can see I'm moving proportional this whole mesh, but I don't need to move everything, just almost in the middle. So I will move the mouse wheel. I will move to up, maybe down, and there you go. I will move just a little on the Z axis. Yeah, maybe this. And with the middle button on the mouse, you can control the how you will control the radius of the proportional editing on your selection. So I will move like that and leave it. You can see this bump. I will take this part of the mesh. We'll enter to edit mode, select face mode, and I will press I to make a inner extrude, then press E to extrude inner, just a little, to making some details. Okay, from now we can start to work with the UV mapping. Okay, with the UV mapping, I will change my workspace. I will select the UV editing. So I will select the whole meshes, pressing on the object mode, pressing A. I will select everything. Then to see the UV on grab here, you have select everything and change to the edit mode. So I can see everything, but this is not unwrapped yet. So I need to do that for the better results. So now I will create a UV grid to see how the texture looks like in this object. So I go to this panel. I will press this button. It says new. Press. I will put UV grid. The width and height is good. I will set the alpha, and generate type. I will choose UV grid and then press new image. So I got this image on my project. So I need to see the grid on my 3D object. I'm sorry. So I will change to the shading mode to viewport shading, so I can see the materials here. This object, this mesh, doesn't have any materials, so I have to create one, or I can use it's created automatically. So I will with the priority selection is the glass. So I will choose the material of the glass, and then I will press new. This, I have to change the name of that. I will put a name called rather presenter. Then I need the texture inside this material, so I going to go into the option of this material. I go to surface, base color, press this yellow button. I will take this option called image texture. Then I will press this tiny button, this icon for the image, and I said we'll take UV grid. This is the same UV grid that we have created. So I got this. I will return to object mode and select this mesh. In this mesh I will select material options, and then I will, with this button, I will see the whole materials on my project. So I will select the that we have created right now. I will select radar. Then I will do the same for the another meshes. Okay, we need the UV unwrap because this texture is stretched, and in this meshes is stretched as well. So I will select this part of the mesh, and then we'll come to back to edit mode. We'll press edge mode and select, and I will do a selection of the edges to make some seams where it's gonna be cut. So I will make the seams on the middle. I will make here a seams. Then with the selection with Alt and left click on the mouse, we'll take a loop selection. Then I will press right click and take mark seam. Now I got a red line. It's telling me this is a seamless. I'm sorry, a seam. I will make the same in this section. Right click, mark seam, and I will subdivide this inside here. This is a line. I will take this inside, and I'm changing my view, pressing Shift and C to see through. So with this selection, right click, mark seam. So let's gonna see how it looks like. And so with this selection, I will press A and U. A for select everything in this mesh selected. So I will select the whole mesh, all faces, I'm sorry, and then press U to make UV unwrap, and I will take this option, unwrap angle base. So with this I can have this UV unwrap. Okay, I will make a cut on the middle to get it in best result. To make that, I will take this H and I will make the loop cut here. I will press Alt and left click to select the whole loop, then press right and press mark seam, press A, U, angle base. So I guess this better shape. Okay, and I will go to these three.
I will take the first one, then select edit mode, press the number 2 on the keyboard, or just take the H mode, and I will select this loop and this H, I'm sorry. I will press Shift Z to see through and select this H as well. So I will press right click and select mark seam, press Shift C again, press A to select everything, U on the keyboard, and use UV and grab base angle. So I will have this UV unwrapped. Okay, one thing, can you see these artifacts here? That's because I got the bevel activate, but this is not applied. So I have to apply. For that, I have to come back to edit mode, select the bevel, and press this down button arrow and press apply. So I will come back to this mesh in edit mode, and I got this selected again, and then press A again, press U, and UV unwrapped. Can you see this is something artifacts here as well? So I will delete this seam. I will press Alt, select with left click everything. I will press right click and then select clear seam, and then I will select everything, U, and press UV unwrap, and it's fixed. I will the same with the another object. I will select, maybe I will move a little. I don't think to have bevel here. I will just delete it. Okay, and with that mesh I will select in edit mode and then select this edge with Alt, left click, right, press right on the mouse, mark seam. I will press A, U, unwrap, and I got this. Maybe I need one loop cut on the back. Select this, right, mark seam, press A, U, on UV unwrapped. I have this little one. So let's see what's happened. Okay, I will select this edge, press right, and then mark seam, press A, U, and grab angle base. Got a better shape. I will select this final, and I will make the same. We'll apply the level, and I will select this mesh, and this one, and this one. Press right, mark seam, press A, U, and grab angle base, and I got this shape. Cool. For this one I will do the same. I will apply the bevel. Okay, so yeah, I have to fix this. I got two bevels here. I will select this one, press right, and clear seam. Maybe this one as well. I don't think I need it. Okay, let's see how looks like. Press A, U or UV unwrap. There you go. I have better continuously. Cool. So with this model, yeah, it is fine. So right now I have to get everything in the I have to join the whole meshes into one to get one mesh, and then to make the UV unwrap. You can have this separated, but you can move the island of the UV unwrap as you want, but you can have everything joined. So this is, you can choose. For this tutorial I will separate only the glass. So yeah, the glass and this part, because I need here to put a texture. So I will select this mesh, this one, and press Ctrl J. This is all merge and the glass is separated. I will go to the outliner and the glass option. I will turn off this eye, and I will need this separate. So I will take the face mode, select this mesh, press U, and this is unwrapped already. So with this selection I need to separate it. So I will select this face, I will press P, separate selection. So with this selection I will rename, and I will take put map underscore image, and with this I will call base. So right now I will turn on the glass. Right now I need to get a order the whole unwrap in one in this single texture. So to make that I will select the whole meshes, and then I come to edit mode and press A to select everything, and you can see everything is everywhere, because when I was making the UV unwrap, the whole UVs I put in any places. So one thing you can do for that is select face mode, select everything with A, then press UV, and I will take the option to pack islands. So I will press exact concave rotation any, and will press packet. Right now I got the whole meshes packet. Good. And you can move. I will turn off the proportional editing. In this step you can edit your meshes if you want, because this is not gonna be too important. I will select this. In face mode I will select it, and I press S to scale and move it around. And with this part I can do the same. I will turn off the glass to see inside. No, it's not corresponding to this. I will decrease and I will move. I will turn on the glass. So I need to see the to get this map image. I renamed that mesh, but this is not an image, but this is my reference to get down to this is gonna be an image inside. So I need this mesh. Is this mesh here? I need to be bigger as it can possible. So I will select this image. I will press edit mode, select edit mode, press A, and I will press 8 in this panel, and I will scale with S, move it. Will scale a little more, maybe more, and I will set this here. Right now it has to be overlapping to the another meshes, another UV maps, I'm sorry. So I will return to object mode, select everything, and then change to edit mode. That's what I'm talking about. So I need to select island mode and select these meshes to try to figure out and move the meshes to don't make overlapping. So I will move this to here. Maybe you can delete the UV map in this panel to see better. This is the UV map for the glass. I don't have any texture inside, so it's good to be decrease the size. I will move this to here. I will put this here. Did you play Tetris? This is like a Tetris. You have to move everything to get a better space. Okay, looks great. So with this I got the image. Maybe I can merge everything, but I don't gonna do that. So I will take this simple. I got the as separated, the image map separated, and the base separated. Right now I will the glass I will hide because I don't need it. I don't gonna put image texture inside the glass, so I can leave it, and then I will work with Substance Painter. Okay, so I got the UV on grab and I got everything here, so I will select everything and the mesh, the base, and the UV map. This called map image, this mesh. So we'll select this. I will take file, export, take FBX. In the FBX I will select a folder. I will create a folder called FBX. We'll put a name. I will limit to select objects. I will select mesh and press shift to take other option. I'm gonna uncheck animation. I will press export. I will try to come back to the Substance Painter. So I will go to File, go to New. I will select the template Roblox. Yeah, it's fine. In the File section, I will press Select button, and I will to go to the FBX radar. So I will select Open. I will uncheck Use UV type workflow, and this is to make automatic UV unwrap, and so I can take the UV type workflow, or I will leave auto unwrap to don't make a new one. So with this I will press OK, and now I have the 3D model and the UV map. So right now I have to bake the object to work. So I go to the texture settings, or I can go to this button, baking button, press F8. So here I will change to I got the name radar. This is the name of the material. Do you remember it was only one material? This is very important. So I got this radar, and I will take the output size to 1024. I will leave like this. I go to the ID, and the color source will change material color to the image ID polygraph. And why I choose this option? This is to work and take the meshes separated. So do you remember I got this separate the base and map image meshes, and I will take that with this option, so I can use smart materials for each meshes, and I can separate it but selecting the color ID, so it will create some ID mesh. With that I will check normal, word, space normal, ID, ambient occlusion, curvature, position, and thickness. So let's bake selected texture, and there you go. I will return to the painting mode, and I got the ambient occlusion and the thickness, everything applied. So with this reference I will create these textures. I will go to the layer tab. I will take in this assets panel, I will take something. Okay, I got this from Kyoki store for this, but I will use something. It comes with the original software installed. So I will select, maybe it could be something plastic, dusted or scratched. So I will try with this dart scratch and press drag and drop to this object. Okay, I got this. Looks interesting. So I will turn off. We'll take plastic dusting. It's too much. We'll press Ctrl Z. We're trying to find something clean. No, it's too dark. I will search from plastic. plastic made. Maybe could work. I will drag and drop. Obviously I have to change the color, so I go into layers tab, press this folder and plastic base. I will select this color and I will come to down in this tab color. The base color is set to red. I will change to something white but not too much. So I got this, looks fine. Yep. If you want to hide the damage, you can turn off this layer of the damage. So you can turn on and turn off. The dust you can turn off and turn on. Plastic base as well. So I will leave the dust on to get some details. So right now I will put another I will use add fill layer. I will put it on the top, not inside of this folder. Maybe I can change the name, but I will put a name called green. I will select, I go to the properties field, and I got some properties. So in the base color we'll press this white color and change to something in green. Okay, it's painted in everything. I have to constrain that, so I will go to this layer, press right click on the mouse, and then select mask with color selection. Is mask everything. So I'm going to select this color selection. Then I'm going to do you remember when I create the ID? So it creates ID for each meshes. I got two meshes. It's painted in this color and red. So here I will select pit color, and I will move my mouse on the red and press left click, and I got mask everything, but not in this ID mesh. So the white it means it's gonna see, and the black going to hide. So this is the best for making this kind of stuff. So this green part is for reference. Then I will create the texture from this image reference. I will create this part in lines in green and these dots. So I will come to Photoshop. I will create a new project. It's gonna have 1024 by 1024 resolution. It's fine. RGB and 8-bit. We'll create, it's gonna be a square. Cool. So I will make this texture to put it inside. So I will create a new layer. I will take this bucket. I will press left mouse and take gradient tool, and with the gradient tool I'm going to go to the properties, and I will take this bucket. I will change the color to something dark green. I will copy the color green and paste it. I will hit double click and change that color to green, but I will take a lighter green. So I have this gradient, take OK. I will take this gradient, radial gradient. I will press on the middle of the image, left click and drag and drop to the right. So you can see it's brighter on the upside and inside this darker, but I want to the opposite. I will press Control C. I will press in properties and take the color and put the buckets to the another side. Let's press OK and let's take the cursor on the middle of the layer, drag and drop to here and release. I got this image well. Right now I need the grid, these lines. So I will take this rectangle tool. I'm gonna go to the tools bar, take rectangle tool, and I can left click and drag to down and leave. Then I don't gonna press anything, just go to properties and the fill. I'm gonna take this dark color, maybe green, but just a little dark. I'm gonna take this black one, and the stroke, I will press on the stroke. I'm gonna take none. I don't need a stroke, so press this button to release. So I got this line. I'm gonna move this to the right. I'm gonna take both of them. Can you see in the layers panel? And press Alt, left click and drag and drop to the right. I will select the whole 4, press Alt and drag and drop. I will do the same, and that's it. I will take the whole rectangles on the layers panel. We'll take the last one and the first one with pressing shift. I will press Control J to duplicate this lines account, and then press Control T to select everything. I'm gonna move my mouse on this corner and press left click and move it, rotate it. I'm sorry. I will press shift to constrain this movement by 15 degrees. So I got this, press enter, and okay, I got this. Right now I need a triangle on the middle, so I will set this triangle here. I will take the pen tool. I'm gonna make a zoom. I'm gonna press here to deselect everything. I will create a new layer and I start to draw a triangle here. Okay, this is the triangle. I close the triangle, pressing left button on the mouse. In the fill, I will take an orange. We press this to open the color picker. Take orange very high. I press OK, and I got this. Maybe change a little more. Okay, that looks much better. I needed it to be on the middle of the row, so I will lock this background, selecting the background and press layer and then press this lock, so it's locked. I can press drag and drop. I'm choosing this option, so I will select everything with a rectangle and I will move to I will move this on the middle, something like that. I will select this and press Ctrl T, and with Shift constrain the movement, double click to release, and I will select all these rungs and move it to the right. So no, I don't need to move it. I need to duplicate this one. I will press Alt and Shift to constrain the movement and press left click to duplicate. So I will set this to here, but I need it to be here actually. So I need to do the same with these rows. I will move it here, then I will duplicate this one to here. So I got it. I will select this shape and I will press double click. I will take this shape and we'll go to effects and select outer glow. In this panel I got outer glow checked. I will change this option to linear dodge add, and the opacity I will increase. Can you see this glow up coming? I will increase the size and I will change the color present here. I'm taking something in yellow. I will decrease the spread and the size. I will increase just a little. Maybe I will down a little the opacity. I press OK. I need this some ellipses, so I will take this in the toolbar. I will take in the rectangle tool, keep pressing, holding this option, and I will take ellipse tool. So I will change the fill. I will take something in yellow. I'm sorry, I have to deselect this. Okay. I will create a new layer. I have the ellipse tool, and then I will change this in yellow, and I will click in this area and drag to make this shape. I will press this color. I will press in no to only take this one. I'm going to take this triangle. I will rename it triangle. I want to these settings on the outer glow, so I will press right click, select copy layer style, select the ellipse tool, right click, and paste layer style. So I got this yellow. I'm gonna put in here something like maybe here. Yes. Okay, with that I will press Ctrl S to save. We'll create a folder to save the image, rather VJ Photoshop. So I will need another image to export, so I will press Ctrl Alt S. I got the Photoshop as I saved already, but right now I need a GPIG image, so I will name it rather VJ and unsaved. Options I will gonna put in set in 12 large file. Okay, I will come back to Substance Painter, and then I'm going to go to this grain layer. I will change the base color. I will press the color, and I will need the texture and put it inside here to select. So I need import that image. I'm going to take file, import resources, add resources, and I'm going to go to take the image radar BG that's already created on Photoshop. Press OK, and I got this. I have to identify what is it. So I'm gonna take texture to try it, and it says import your resources to. This current session, it's fine. I will press import, and right now I got the image here. So in the base color, I can press and drag and drop onto this, and right now I got the image texture on my radar, but I need to rescale to put it in good position. To do that, I'm going to this panel of the material. I got the texture on grad, so here I can press left click on the mouse and move the image. I can scale the image selecting this corner. The image gonna be with tiles, so I can drag and press shift to maintain the proportions. So it's kind of weird, so I have to rotate. I wanna put my cursor over, I'm sorry, just a little upper to this corner, and I will move. There you go. Maybe just a little. We'll scale a little more. And there you go. Okay, right now I want to the Capsule Corp logo and put it behind. So I will come back to radar. I will take an image from internet of the logo, and then press Ctrl V to paste that. We'll press Ctrl T to make a selection, and I can scale this. I will press and we'll take this erase tool and delete this part, and maybe I can leave like that, or maybe I can invert. I will press Ctrl I to invert this selection. So with this I will make a little bigger with Control T and make a selection and scale with moving these corners. I will select move, and then I will press, I will select this layer when I call rename, put a name logo. I will press right click and quick export PNG. I will select the image logo and select saved. So come back to Substance Painter, and then I will gonna put the logo of the capsule corp here. So I will create a new fill layer. I will rename, pressing double click and type logo. Then I will need to import my resources again, identify like a texture, import to the current session and press import. So with this logo, and I got the image, I will drag and drop to base color. I got this to here, so drag and drop this to base color, and I got the color here. I'm going to change this scale UV transformation scale to tiling to physical size. I will turn on this locked to change the size. So I need to identify who is the image. So I will move this to here. Okay, I will change the offset to here. In the UV map, I will change to none and set the image in this position. That's because this is the position of behind. I need to rotate that. So I will scale just a little more. There you go. Maybe I can decrease the roughness or increase, maybe increase. I need move a little more, rotate a little more. There you go. Good. So right now I need to export these textures. So I will go to File, Export Textures. I will select Auto Template, and I will select Roblox Surface Appearance. So with that settings, it will export in PNG. I will change to JPE, and auto templates, I can see what channels will export: RGB, opacity, emission, ambient occlusion, roughness, metallic, base. This is for another setting that I have. For the next tutorial, we'll show you how to create that for my projects. But right now, I will take the another option. I will take maybe Blender Principle BFDF could be a good option to get a lot of channels of for my textures, so I can do some stuff. But I will take the Roblox surface appearance. It has color maps, normal maps, metal maps, roughness. So I'm gonna take this one. I'm going to go to settings and change to PNG. So I got the radar active, and I will press here to put a texture and route to where we're gonna save. So I will rename with textures name, and I'm gonna copy this just in case and select folder, and then press export. Open output directory, and I will have my textures. So I can go back to Roblox. I'm going to go to edit, go to preference, and I will go to add-ons, and I'm gonna find Grandel, not Grangle. So I will active this. It's come free in Blender, so I will close this. I'm going to go to the shading workspace. So here I got I will select maybe this mesh. Here gonna take what material do you have selected. If you go to materials of this mesh, it will have radar. If you got another one here, it's gonna change here. So I got radar. I will delete the UV grid. I will take principal BFDF. I will press Control Alt Control Shift T. It's gonna open a window, and it's telling me where is the texture that you want to import. I will select the whole 4 and press principal texture import, and I got it here. So Blender gonna do that automatically, so it's very convenient. I will change to layout. I will change to material shaders, and there you go. And just in case, you got in the shading workspace, you got the normal maps, the roughness, and the metallic, and the base color. Everything is located here, and you can export this to Roblox Studio. But I want to turn off the glass, and with the glass I'm gonna make a shader material. I'm sorry for this one. I will select the glass. I got the radar selected, but I will delete it, and I will create a new one. I will go to select the glass, go to new material, and then I can change the properties or create another material. So I will take the glass, and the glass I will export like that, but I will remove the material radar. I will remove it, and the another ones I wanna leave that as they as right now. So I will select everything. I will take a file, export, and select FBX. Then I'm gonna rename this radar underscore 1. Then select the selected objects. I'm gonna turn off the check and select mesh and other. I will uncheck the animation. Then I'm gonna copy the root, export. I will come to Roblox Studio, and then maybe I need to reduce the size of this model, but I'm going to do that in Roblox. I go to import. I will take radar underscore 1 and press OK, and it will import it. I can see the texture and everything. So I will press import. It's gonna be very big. So I will press close. I select the radar. I'm going to properties panel. I'm gonna change the scale to 0.01. Press enter. I will press F. I'm gonna select the radar, press F to focus, and I will to move it down. Just to see better. So what happened with the glass? I separate the glass of the base and the map. So with the glass I will select, I will change the material in the properties panel. I'm gonna take the glass, there you go. Then I will change the transparency to 0, and I will increase. Don't gonna put in 1 because it's transparency everything. So I will increase a little, maybe like this. You can see the glass and can see the map through the glass, and there you go. I got the Dragon Ball radar inside Roblox Studio. So I'm going to go to model, and I will activate the anchor. I will press play. To see the radar. So this is all for this tutorial. I hope you learn something new, and actually I hope you can enjoy this tutorial. So